Okay, so just to recap for those that don't know, this is the way that most sellers invest. They don't put any thought into reinvesting their capital at all. So let's say that you have $1,000 that buys you 100 units, $10 is your cost per unit. Average ROI 25%. So at the end of 30 days, if you sell through all those units, you can expect a 25% return, $250. In reality, that doesn't happen. You don't sell through 100% of your units. In reality, you might sell through 90%. Maybe you get a few returns. It goes down to 85%. So your month over month growth is looking somewhere around here. So we know that low ballers combat this problem by not focusing on average ROI per unit, but they focus on how many times they can flip the revenue. So if you can flip your revenue at least 2 times in a month, you start to combat that problem. You get back up to almost to where you're sourcing at. You really want to do better than that. So you want to at least do it 3 times. So now you can see that you're outpacing your average ROI per unit by almost 10 points. And that is at selling through only 85% of the units that you're buying and completely reinvesting that money 3 times in a 30-day period. So if you can squeeze that up to a fourth time, then things look even better still. Now you're over doubling of what you're doing on your individual SKU or on your individual product basis by focusing here instead of over here. So this will be a good starting point for you. If you didn't want to go for daily payments and you want to go for weekly payments to start off with, you can reinvest your capital up to 4 times in that 30-day period. And you can work on this number here and get this up to maybe a 87% or even higher, and just work with these numbers and be a little bit realistic with yourself. Maybe you can't reinvest 100% of your capital 4 times in that 30-day period. So you play with this number here a little bit, maybe drop this down to a 95%, and then you can see how the numbers play. So you can use this calculator to kind of devise a strategy for yourself based on what you think is realistic for you. But the bottom line is you want to be reinvesting your capital, more than once a month, which is what most sellers do, because they don't give a second thought to it. You know, it's understandable because nobody's taught us this stuff. But if you get up to 2 times, if you're getting paid every 2 weeks, then you can see you're still not quite keeping pace. So it's not quite good enough. So try to get with Amazon, send them the letter that I've provided to you, and go for those weekly payments. Then you can keep that pipeline flowing better, and you can flip that capital up to 4 times in a 30-day period. So that's the name of the game. My name is Charles Heplin, and I hope you have enjoyed this presentation.